7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings. We are coming to you today out of studio. I'm currently in Florida here, vacationing for the next week. So this show and the next show, covering Atlanta, will both be out of studio, and we will be over the phone here. So if that's not your cup of tea, I do apologize, but it is what it is. This is just what we have to do. This is the time of year I travel. So anyway, we are wrapping up the Detroit Supercross. This was our second Triple Crown, and it was pretty much everything we could want a Triple Crown race to be, from winners to just all the action we could possibly want. It was fantastic. So let's take care of the paperwork stuff here before we get Justin and Cole on the phone. So like I said, we are presented by TLR Coatings and Liat Protective Systems. So if you need any powder coating work, check out tlrcoatings.com. If you need some gear, neck braces, knee braces, etc., liat.com. And if you want to follow us on anything, we are on all the major social networks, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, with that, I'm struggling today, at the Moto Aftermath Show. We also we do have a website, motoaftermathshow.com. Doesn't have much on it. Again, I'm struggling with that, but whatever. If you want to support us, there's Amazon links in the description below. You can click those links, go on there, buy anything, and it helps us out. We get a small cut of that. If you'd like to buy a t-shirt, you can go down there. There's links in the description for that. If you want to just donate on Patreon, we will send you some cool stuff. And those links, again, are in the description below. So without any further ado here, let's get Cole and Justin on the phone, and we will get going. Okay, and as promised on the show this week, first off, our regular co-host, Justin, is here. Justin, say what's up.
How's it going, guys?
Alrighty, and he's as enthusiastic as ever. And also, our semi-regular co-host is back. Cole, you there?
I am this time.
Cole, did you...
Liat yard sales?
You see any Liat yard sales?
I did see Liat yard sales. Scuba Steve Clark yard sales himself.
Hey, man, even Cole Martinez, Liat dude, even a Liat rider yard sales.
Yes, well, the Scuba Steve's wearing Liat gear too, so.
Cole,
I didn't even notice that.
Cole, did you actually go to the race yesterday?
Yeah, I was there.
That a boy. So Cole was actually at the race, so that's the positive. So all right, that's cool. Okay, so I already did the intro, boys. Let's jump in. What did we think about the track?
Go ahead, Cole. You can go first. You were there.
Oh, yeah, when I first showed up there, I walked in and was watching it a little bit, and first thing I noticed was that triple after the start. It was pretty technical right away.
Mm-hmm.
You had to hit that first triple pretty dialed to hit the second one.
Yep.
And then as I'm following them around, the step on, step off kind of deal, that was kind of basic. Then over to the whoops. The whoops were...
Those were long.
First real manly set of whoops I think we've seen all season.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
When they were built up, guys were having to get on top of them. They were pretty big, and then as they broke down, they were even gnarlier. So
I think that was the first whoop section we've seen where guys are running out of gear.
Right. And then, overall, I thought the track was, I think, the best one I think I've seen the whole year. Everybody's going to have their own opinion, but me personally, I think that was the best one this year. The split lane was kind of cool. You had to square it up and sacrifice a little momentum to hit that inside lane, or you could roll it around and carry momentum into the outside part of the split lane, but then you were setting up into the next corner. So that was kind of a cool little option. Like I said, overall, I think it was a great track, probably the best one we've seen this year, and provided some pretty good racing for the Triple Crown.
Are we all upset that even though by the end of the night guys were still stretching it out, that they actually took out the quad out of the split lane? We kind of all knew it was going to happen, like, because, you know, Dirtworks is all about safety nowadays, which I'm all for. But, like, I kind of looked at that and I'm like, really? When we all saw the Instagram video of Fourtner hucking it and then Dino, I think everybody kind of figured, oh, yeah, somebody's going to go in there. And, you know, somebody even made a comment on I think it was probably Vital. They go in, yeah, Canard's out there with a shovel and he's packing it down right now, joking around and stuff. So, I think a lot of people were a little bit upset with that because they knew, like, I get it. You know, a lot of the 250 guys were going to see Forkner doing it. And, you know, a lot of guys were probably like, oh, crap, I got to commit to that now. And probably a lot of guys would end up fraying it and getting hurt and stuff. But I just think that, like, I get why they did it. But I think that's the biggest peeve that a lot of guys have right now. And even back to Coop last weekend in Arlington, that these tricks are too simple. And I was a little bit upset about it. I mean, I guess it really didn't matter at the end of it because we actually did finally have a section where only a few guys were hitting it, and that was the 3-1 before the finish. I think that was the first section we've had all year where, you know, only a few guys were actually hit it consistently, where now we've gotten more to the point that everybody's doing the same line, so that was a little bit cool, so I guess that kind of made up for it. But I don't know if you're on board with this, Cole, but me and Travis have kind of talked about this the last few weekends and stuff, and I think we're just at that point that the bikes are so good, these guys are so close that pretty much any track design you throw at them, other than the exception of Daytona, everybody's usually going to hit the fast line probably by lap 10 or 12 of practice. Like, I don't know if you agree with that, but I think that's just where we're at. So I'm like, trying not to criticize the Dirtworks guys because they do a fantastic job, but I think we just kind of need to get over it that everybody's bitching, oh, these tracks are too easy. I just think we're at that point where the guys are just that good.
Yeah, I agree with you. You guys are going to figure out anything, even like the quad situation where they did take the fourth one out quite a bit.
Yep.
It still did provide an option. There were a few guys that were jumping all the way out to the fourth little, I guess, braking bump, you could call it.
Yep.
And a guy like Roczen, I didn't see Roczen hit it all day. And the reason I don't think Roczen was hitting it is because the face reminded me a lot of the G out when he had his big major crash.
Oh, yeah.
The way it landed in and G'd out like that, it looked a lot like the jump that he hit when he went to Indonesia and blew his arm out. So, but it still provided an option for some guys to quad and I guess maybe gain a couple cents, a couple bike lengths. Chad was doing it.
Coop did it. Eli did it.
Yep. So a few guys were doing it, and I don't know. It's kind of a wow factor, I guess, for the fans that they were jumping a little farther, but it definitely wasn't anything like press day.
No, it did. Yeah, it didn't separate as much and stuff, you know, because even when they took the face or the landing out, you know, even everybody on the 450s and stuff, like Eli was the one that was really getting over it, like clean, consistently from the guys doing it. But even Coop, you know, he was stretching it really hard and stuff. So, you know, you spend a little bit more time in the air than getting on the ground. But I don't know. I think that like so many people are critical of these track designs nowadays. And I think we're just at a point that these bikes are so good, even in the 250 class, and everybody's so close that it's going to be to the point that everybody's doing the same line by, you know, like I said, by the first time practice. So.
Right. That's why I think the split thing was kind of cool. It was a little different. And
yeah,
people can argue and say that it didn't help. It didn't change anything up, but I think it did.
It just made you think about it.
Well, and the thing was about that split lane is at least they made it pretty decent where you could go down either one and it was about the same. So, because sometimes they make those and we've all seen it where it just, there is nothing that's even close on one side compared to the other. So with this one, it was pretty similar. So guys could go both ways if they really wanted to. And as far as that quad goes for watching, like it was one of those things that was like cool to watch because it was a big jump. Like they were booting it off of it, but again, it didn't really, in my opinion, from what I saw on TV, it didn't really gain you any time unless you saw something in person, Cole, where you were like, yeah, that did a lot for him. So,
yeah, like I said, it kind of, for me, what I saw was the way the line developed in the corner. If the inside line was good enough, most guys were kind of going to the inside. And the guys that were comfy with a run at it would go to the outside. And I think the fourth face was shorter on one side.
Okay.
So
yeah. On the outside it was.
Yep, it kept you a little lower to the ground, but then you had a bigger single launching into the corner. So I think it was all about comfort for a rider as well, comfort options as well. I said Roczen, he didn't look like he was comfortable with that quad, so I think he was a guy that was taking the left side the whole time. that didn't.
I think he just looked at it. He's going to launch into the transition.
Right.
He's like, I'm gonna just 3 it, and this face is flat enough where it'll just kind of flick me into the corner and stuff, and I'm gonna stay low. So he was probably thinking in the back of his head, he's like, yeah, there's no real point. Like we'll get to it when we talk about it, but he wasn't feeling it to begin with, so he's kind of thinking, what's really the point? Like, I'm gonna just stretch the shit out of this and gain at 10th. It's not really worth it.
Right. And then the other part before that, I want to touch on that separated a few guys that I saw in person was that Dragon's back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I probably saw on TV that Coop was just sucking it up on that Dragon's back, and he was just hesitating before he would go into it, where a guy like Dino was just wide open all the way off it. And one guy that's not really good in the whoops, but he made it work on the Dragon back just by doing it differently than everybody else, was Marv.
Mm-hmm.
So all the guys were skimming right off the top of it.
He was 3 up, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was landing off the jump and then jumping up to the third one and skimming off instead of going off all of them. And again, that's just his riding technique and not being super great in the whoop, so he was just skipping a whoop completely.
I noticed that in practice, and one time I think it was the end of maybe it was the end of the first session and stuff. He got a little bit too front wheel high at the top of the very top one, and he just launched off of it where it looked like he was just trying to land right at the middle of the face and just load the forks, and he just landed at the top and it just bounced him over, and I think he went all the way to the top of the berm, and he didn't do it after that, but I did notice that. And like you said, he's not great in the whoops and stuff, but he just his smooth gangly style, he just made it work for him. So yeah, I think the track was good overall and stuff. It's just like I said, I think we're at the point there. Other than Daytona, there's not a lot of separation on these tracks anymore. We're at that point. It's not like the 2-stroke days.
Right. Yeah, just basically this weekend, I think that Dragon's back in the whoop section for the big separators.
Yep, completely agree.
Yep. So okay, cool, man. I think that's enough track talk though. Let's move on. Let's get into.
I want to touch on one more thing.
Okay. All right. You do you.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh shit. As far as track wise, Travis, we didn't hear a lot from you on the track thing. What did you think about the start? Did you think there was going to be some carnage or anything? Being a 90 like that?
I did, actually, yeah. When I saw that on the track map earlier in the week, I was like, man, what's going to happen is they're going to just push so hard out from the inside, they'll push everybody off on the outside there. I was actually surprised there wasn't any more carnage than what there was. Was there really even any real wrecks in that first corner all night? Because, I mean, they obviously just kind of follow the leader once you get through the first corner there unless something real bad happens, so...
Yeah, I figured guys were going to push right into the wall, kind of like what you were thinking, I'm sure. And then being a Triple Crown, you got 6 chances of some carnage, and we didn't see any of that. So
Ricky sure expressed his feelings about it.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting to have a short start like that at an angle across a football stadium. Like usually, if they go across the football stadiums, they just go straight across into a 90. Where, with that one, it was weird because it was just, angled so, across the field. I mean, it was weird. So, I don't know that I've seen something like that in a long time. But, like I said, I'm fully on board with you of, when I saw that at the beginning of the week, it was oh, boy, this is going to be a thing. And then going right into that rhythm section there, that's going to be a thing of, just massive carnage. And it really wasn't all night. So, it's good that it wasn't because, obviously, we don't want to see anybody get hurt. But, interesting that it didn't happen. So
yeah. Cool. Yeah,
all right,
I guess
cool.
We'll move right up into some racing.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's get into some racing here. So. Okay. 250 class here. Since it was a Triple Crown, we had LCQs during the day. Cole, your thought on the LCQs since you were there, and I managed to sleep through them and haven't got a chance to watch them yet. Go ahead, Cole. You start, and Justin, you can follow up with your thoughts on the LCQ there.
All right. Yeah. So I don't know if Justin, if you got to watch the LCQs, or Travis, if you've seen them or not. Do they have the LCQs on the Gold app?
Yeah. We watched them. We can watch them.
Okay.
Yep, I watched.
I watched the normal broadcast on TV, and I think it's shitty they didn't even show the LCQs or really even talk about them.
Well, Mathis thinks they should.
But anyway, yeah, the LCQs are usually a pretty good race, and being from Michigan, a couple of Michigan boys were in the LCQ, Marshall Welton and Joey Crown. It was kind of cool. We were showing a picture of Joey Crown. The last time he raced in Ford Field was for the KTM Junior Challenge, the little boy thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a cool story behind that, and had a lot of the Michigan community guys, Michigan Moto guys, pulling for him, and unfortunately didn't make it happen in the LCQ. Ironically, the other Michigan guy, Marshall Welton, from around here, local to Detroit, he ate shit going off the finish line and collected crown with him. So that was exciting for the LCQ.
Yeah, they do. I don't know if you noticed, but they kind of looked at each other, and I imagine since they've had a few run-ins. I think, if I remember correctly, Marshall is like a year older than Joey, but they did race each other every now and then and stuff up at like Baja and shit. They're probably looking at each other, going, "Really, this is happening right now." Like all the people.
Now you say that, Crown got up and he rolled around into the next section and looked over and kind of like dropped his hand, like, "What up, man?" But the thing I didn't like was Crown just pulled off and center packing into the truck. Welton just kept putting laps in and pushed all the way through to the end, which kind of showed he had a little bit of heart, I guess.
I think both of those boys, like we said before we just went on, I think both of them are kind of just waiting for outdoors, although it doesn't sound like Welton knows if he's even going to be able to do outdoors, but Joey will at least, even if it is in Canada. But I think that I think both of them are kind of just either like, well, hey, Daytona's in 2 weeks, and then kind of like, well, it's time to get ready for Hangtown.
Yeah. But, yeah, LCQs were pretty entertaining for the final spot. It was the Curcio and guys like that. But, yeah,
I was a little surprised that Curcio was in the LCQ, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised, too, which we'll get into the 450 LCQ. I was pretty surprised to see a couple of the guys that were in that one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But, yeah, LCQ is a little bit of entertainment there, and unfortunately for the Michigan hometown boys, like I keep saying, they didn't get it done. So
Nope.
So okay. So
one guy that did get it done was in the main events were Austin Fourtner. As much as I hate to say it.
Did you? Cole. Did you?
Everybody who watches the show knows where Justin and I really aren't too high on him. Travis, you kind of like him, don't you?
Who?
You kind of look up to him.
Yeah, man, that's your boy. Him and AC. Those are your boys, man.
Cole, did you go out and buy pixie sticks after the race? Because that's a thing apparently. And Justin, you are correct.
Pixie sticks, Dr. Pepper, and ice cream.
Yeah, he did show up to the press. I watched the press conference this morning. He did show up to the press conference with a Cold Stone cup in his hand. I told you, man.
I had to make a comment about that.
Right out of Roczen, so sticking it to the man.
Well, he can be like J-Law and, frickin' eating, what are those, the push pops or whatever. I remember that at Southwick, his debut. He was eating a push pop right on the line.
Oh, Otter Pops, bro.
Yeah, that's what it was. Sorry, Otter Pops. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, I think Ralph's a little bit moronic, though. Yeah, guys aren't going to just go get pixie sticks. Like, I understand it, like, what he was doing, with the sugar and shit. Stuff. But, yeah, let's just talk about Fourtner. On the previous show, everybody knows I picked him for 6 wins. You guys were a little bit up and down on that because you're still not sold on it. I'll go with you, Travis, first because I think you're a little bit less on his bandwagon than Cole is. Are you ready to just admit that Fourtner's the class of the field?
For the East Coast, yes, he is. He is. He's definitely got every one of these boys' numbers. The scary thing is, so when I was watching the race last night, this is what I was thinking. Sexton kind of reminds me of Forkner last year. I know we'll get
what
to.
What did Sexton his first year remind you of?
Dude, I don't know, but like he is right up there. It's almost like Forkner's
as far as being really fast and not being able to put it together.
Yes, and it's like, okay, so does that mean that after this year, then Chase finally figures it out and puts it together? Because he's got the speed. What was it? The second main there? No, or was it the third main where he was within 2 seconds of Forkner most of the main.
Fourtner still had the fastest lap of it. I did look at that because I was curious to look at the lap times. Fourtner did set the fastest lap of anybody, 250 and 450.
Yeah.
That first main. He went 3 or 4 tenths faster than I think Tomac's fastest lap of the night.
Okay. Well, I said,
no, I just I told you I thought that he could win all 3 mains, but I'd have been highly doubt it. So I would have gone with him winning 2 and then Sexton winning the last one. Yeah, no, I hate to say it, boys, because I don't like him, even though I picked him for the championship. There's nobody on this East Coast that's going to beat him. Like, I know that we keep holding on that Chase is going to be close, but Chase proved 2 times last night that he can't get it. He can't get it done. He looked great in the third main. You know, he kept him within 1.8 for half the main.
Yeah,
and
he kept him
3
right there in the third main, but
it's just not enough. Like
all day too, they were dinking with each other in practice, and I think they were trying to play a little bit of the mind game thing where Sexton would be putting in a heater, and Fourtner would put in one right behind him, and Sexton would pull over, and Fourtner would blow past him, and then they'd try to keep up with each other. They just kind of fucking with each other in practice, messing with each other in practice.
Well, kind of like the amateur days.
Yeah. And then obviously there's some salt there in between those two.
Oh, they were building that up.
You could see it right on the TV, no thumbs up, not even looking at each other. So
yeah, they were trying to build that up about, oh, they were buddy, and I'm trying to because I don't know if you noticed it, Travis and stuff, but Ralph was like, oh yeah, they used to go to each other's house, and I'm thinking, I don't know where Ralph got his information. I was around Chase a lot as an amateur and Fourtner every now and then at the Nationals. Yeah, they were never really friends, so I don't know who was telling Ralph that they used to hang out and go to each other's houses.
Well,
yeah, that's
Ralph
not a thing.
Ralph and Ricky, they have all the answers, man. I mean, Ricky's the greatest of all time or something they keep telling us. And so, just because he was the greatest of all time a decade ago, he now knows everyone and everything in the industry here without even having to set foot in the pits, And Ralph, he hangs out at the cool stupid trucks. So mostly I've seen him at the Rockwell Watches rig when I've been at the races. And, I haven't seen him anywhere else in the pits when I've been there. So these guys they got great information, bro. They're killing it at the TV games. So yeah.
But yeah, back to Forkner though. Yeah. So are we just kind of at the point that it's kind of over?
Him in person was a whole different thing, man. He was just on point everywhere. He was the first guy pulled the trigger on that triple out of the corner.
Yep.
And before the finish line, and that was super technical. Especially with the ruts later on in the night. But a lot of guys did start hitting it as well. But he was the first guy. The bike just looks unreal. Usually when he's pushing and stuff, he gets out of shape in practice and all that stuff. But when he backs it down a notch, him and that bike are one person. The starts are just
on point.
He's
Holy
gotten
shit.
every single start there is so far.
Dude, he hasn't lost a race. He has not lost a fucking race yet this year.
They were saying he hasn't not led a lap.
He didn't lead technically, if you want to call the first lap in the first main when he framed the triple when Jordan got around him. But yeah, that wasn't a full lap. So yeah, technically he has led every lap so far in the mains.
Was I the only one that was excited on that first lap there, the first main, when he framed that triple and then Jordan got by him and I was like, oh, now we're gonna see it. Is he gonna implode or anything? And he just blew by Jordan 3 corners later, and that was all she wrote. I
hate to break it to you, but I don't think he's going to implode, man. I think that him going 3 for 3, and I know that was another thing they made a big point is the first person to do this since we started this. But dude, the scary thing is that I think now Fourtner knows nobody's on his level, and I think for most people it'd be oh, they're gonna get complacent, they're not gonna start working as hard anymore. I think for somebody like Fourtner with his confidence already, I think that's the one person you don't want that thinking. Because now he knows that nobody's even close to his level. I mean, even when he regrouped within a quarter of a lap after framing the triple the first lap, and he just blew past Jordan.
Interview too. He's I don't think anybody can beat me.
Yeah, and he's cocky and stuff, but the thing is he's backing it up. And dude, I'll stand by what I said in the group text last week that if he wins the East-West Shootout, we'll talk about it later in the show, but if he wins the East-West Shootout and he wins Daytona, he's going to be the first person since Ricky to go undefeated because, dude, it's not even close. There's Sexton and Smith and all those guys, and even Cooper to an extent, are good. You can, whether you want to call them equal with the West guys, but it's not even close. With the West guys, you don't really know. People say that AC's kind of proven it, but we're still kind of up and down. It's Fourtner all the way on the East Coast, and honestly, it's not even close. That's the thing. Chase was close for, half the main, that third main, but it's you look back on it, was he really? At any point, did we really think he was going to actually catch Forkner?
Yeah, it was weird because were you watching the splits on that third main, Justin, because it was like it'd go down to like a second and a half and then be 2 seconds. So it was almost like there was a spot in half the track that Chase was faster, and then the other half the track Austin would pull out. And it's just like, all right, well, maybe not. And then and then all of a sudden the wheels started coming off for Chase basically, and Austin started putting bike lengths
wheels
on.
kind of came off for Smitty too. We can get into Jordan Smith. He was running up in there. I don't know what his excuse was or whatever he had.
His wrist.
He's got a fucked up wrist, dude.
His wrist apparently is jacked a lot worse than they thought.
Yeah, like a deep bone bruise or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I thought it broke it.
I was expecting a little more from him, and he just got yarded. He just got flat out beat, and it was just kind of one of those nights for Smith, like Smith being Smith, I guess. I don't know. Just spectacular out of him.
I just don't think he's on the level.
I don't think so.
I don't even know if he even, without this wrist injury or whatever he's got going on, he could have done anything.
Oh no, I don't think so.
No, I don't think anybody's got it. I think maybe Sexton has it for half a moto at this point, but
it won't matter.
I think Sexton might have it, but Sexton can't hold it together that long. Is the problem?
The problem is, in my opinion, and then because Cole, you were there and you could see a little bit more up person, but the problem that I have with saying that, and I think all of us, I mean, I don't know about you, Cole, me and Travis like Chase, and whatever. But I think the problem with that is that we think that if Fourtner doesn't get a start, and if Chase does, if Chase has it and he can get away. But the problem is that Chase doesn't have the intensity that Fourtner does. Fourtner pushes so hard off the bat that I don't think it'll matter if Chase gets a start, because I think Fourtner will go by him within 2 laps.
Yeah, I think Chase is more of a long run guy.
Yeah, and the problem is you can't do that, because by the time you really start to, in air quotes, get into a groove, Fourtner's going to be 5 seconds up, and it's not going to matter because you're not going to catch him. So
especially in the Triple Crown, that's not.
Yeah.
So
I don't.
Yeah, go ahead, Justin.
No, I was just going to say I don't know, boys. I know that it's only the third round, but I think it's over with. Unless something ridiculous happens where Fourtner has a DNF. We keep saying, well, what if he gets a bad start? What if he gets a bad start? Well, he hasn't got a bad start yet, and there's been a few times now that after making a mistake, he's proved that he can regroup within a lap. I don't think it matters. I think the only way these dudes are going to beat him is if he's, crashed in the first turn, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I think this leads us into the next guy. I don't think he got fourth, but Daytona will be interesting with Justin Cooper, I think. I really like Justin Cooper.
And Covington if he's healthy.
What's that?
And Covington if he's healthy, but it doesn't sound like he's going to be healthy for.
Speaking of Big Air Tom, where was he?
Fucked up his knee apparently.
Yeah, he screwed up his knee. No, he's
seventh in the LCQ last week.
He's getting ready for outdoors. They finally
he's getting ready. You better be getting ready for something. When you're on the factory house, you're getting seventh in the LCQ. That's just.
Yeah, he said on his Instagram or whatever that he hopes to be back by Daytona, but I won't be surprised if he's not. So yeah, he's pretty much he's just getting ready for outdoors, which we all know that was what they brought him over here to begin with the first year. So not a surprise.
But I liked what I saw out of Justin Cooper. He got shit dick starts, and he came from a ways back and made an amazing pass on Jordan Smith on the last lap in the third main.
Dude,
for being a rookie, and the way he threw that pass in there and went around that corner was very impressive.
That was the most insane corner speed I have seen since I don't even know. That was nuts, dude. He blew through that. I was watching that and I'm like, did that really just happen? Is that real life in front of me? Holy shit.
Yeah, especially with a guy on the outside, last lap, fatigued, third main event nonetheless. A lot of factors there that made it impressive.
Yeah, that was a super impressive corner.
Cooper's good. No, he's good. He's really smooth. He's calculated. He's very, very humble, so he doesn't get high on himself and stuff. And I think that he's gonna be really good outdoors. We know how good he was his rookie year last year and stuff, and he's gonna be really good. But I think the person that I'm more impressed of, and his result doesn't show it because his start was terrible in the first and the third. Dude, I'm sorry. Amar is impressing the hell out of me on that fucking Suzuki. When he gets a start, dude, like, I just watch him, and, you know, I watched Amart a lot as an amateur and stuff, you know, but, like, when you watch him, even though he is small as he is, dude, his technique is almost fucking flawless, and it's just amazing to watch him.
He looks really good on that Suzuki.
He does, dude. That bike is good this year. Whatever Suzuki did to the motor changes and, you know, the mapping and all that, like, that bike is good. And I would like to see more if he can get a consistent start. And I don't think it's the bike. I think it's him. I think it's just his starting technique. Dude, I don't know, man. I just didn't expect him to be this good. I just didn't.
So being an outdoor guy, do you think he'll be pretty good at Daytona?
I honestly expect him. I still don't think anybody runs with Fourtner. It will not surprise me if he gets second. I think that if we think that Smith and Sexton and Cooper are going to be those next guys, I think that Amart can be right with those guys. I think if he gets a start, I don't see why he can't get second. I think that bike's good. I think he's at one with that bike, you know. So yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with him, which makes it. If you're in the Amart camp, which guys like Mathis are, that's a really good sign for outdoors.
Yeah.
So
he looked pretty good in person. He looked good in practice.
He was third.
He was one of my fantasy guys.
Yep.
So I was keeping an eye on him a little bit more.
Yeah, he was third he was third in practice, right?
Right. Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah. He was up second for a while, but yeah, that first main he just got a terrible start, and I don't know if he got into a tough block or something, but he had something hanging from the bottom of his bike and was charging through the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, he still came through for 10th in that first main, but yeah, he was way back on the starts. So,
he didn't even get a start.
Okay, how about one last guy to talk about here? I heard a rumor this weekend. Cole, maybe you can confirm this. I heard some devastating news that Marty's not doing so hot because Marty is now fat. So I don't know if you can confirm or deny this after seeing him in person. I heard a rumor on a show that rhymes with Schmolpemex, and the rumor is that Marty is not doing good this year because Marty is now fat. So
he's fat now.
I'm gonna say he's like not doing well because he's 32 in the 250 class.
Well, I mean that could be a thing too. But if you're old and fat, then I mean,
is he really fat though? Because like I guess I didn't really pay attention.
No, I just think he needs more nudies.
Line of the show, just like fucking like just pinpoint that line of the show.
If we did stuff like if we did show names like they do for the Daniel Blair podcast, that would be the show name would be Send More Nudes, but I don't.
He said more nudes. He needs more nudies.
I don't think that's that's gonna be a thing, but. Yeah, no, that was what I heard. I was listening to one of the pulp shows this week. I don't know which one, and somebody had said to Steve or whoever was on, they were like, "Dude, Marty's not doing good because Marty's fat. Look at him. He's fat." So I mean, obviously I don't know, and Cole, you probably don't know either, but it's
whatever. If I'm riding out a pro circuit contract and getting paid millions of dollars throughout my career, I can be fat and still get top 5 and eat McDonald's and get nudies sent to me. Like, fuck it, you know?
Dude, I just think it, like, me, we kind of talked about this in the last show. Like, it's just, dude, he's 32 and he's in the 250 class. Like, if he was in the 450 class, we wouldn't really, you know, bat an eye at it because look at Chad and look at, you know, Braden.
How old's Cunningham?
Cunningham's not close to 32, man. Cunningham's like maybe 29.
Yeah, well, he's
Bloss is the only other person that's in the same category as Martin, and obviously he doesn't have near the races under his belt. Like, I'm not making excuses for Martin because I'm not a Davalos guy. I'm just saying I think that he's just in the 250 class and the intensity is so fucking high that as a 32-year-old guy that's been doing this for 14 years, like, I just don't think that you can, like, get up that quickly in the main with, you know, you know, like I said, I'm not making excuses for him, but I think that if he was in the 450 class, it would be like, well, you know, he's just another older guy. Not comparing him to Chad or Braden on any level, but like I said, you know, the 250 class, that's a young boy's game, and at 32 years old, you don't warm up that quickly, you know. So I don't know about the whole fat thing.
Marty needs to start partying and doing some jumping jacks before the moto.
Dude, he needs to party out and fucking, what is it, what's that shirt that Mathis always wears?
Temecula. He needs to party in Temecula.
Party in Temecula, bro. Yeah, he needs to party in Temecula.
So, all right.
Party in Urbandale.
Is there anything else we want to talk about in the 250 class here, or we want to get into these 450 guys? Because those were some good races.
One more guy.
Oh God.
Who is it? Is it Blake Wharton?
Yes, it is.
Oh God, called that one. It should be Kyle Peters if we're being honest, but okay.
For the low key ride.
Dude, Kyle Peters was good, wasn't he? I mean, he is on a factory bike, so I don't know if you can be on a factory bike.
Low key ride, Blake Wharton. You guys didn't see it, but in the
Purple Rain. Purple Rain, bro.
Purple Rain in the third main, him and Hartnett. They got into it. I don't know what happened, but Hartnett was all pissed off at him. But the split section before the big triple, before the one,
yeah,
they got into each other somehow, and they were both laying on the concrete.
I can only imagine Wharton got loose as shit and just took them both out.
I think Hartnett, if I remember correctly, got loose, and of course Hartnett, he blamed it on Wharton or whatever.
Well, yeah, of course.
And I was like, and Wharton just picked up his bike all calm and charged his way back to whatever place he got. So.
16th. He went 9, 10, 16 for 10th overall.
Yeah, he's thinking, he's like, look, kid, he's like, I was fucking pro when you were still in the 65 class. Let's calm her the fuck down.
Yeah, I was like, roost his ass, dude.
How do you think Wharton does a Daytona before we get to the 450 class? Do you think Wharton, if he stays on 2, does a good at Daytona?
I don't know where his fitness is at, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't either. Like, that's why I'm asking. Like, I'm just curious because, like, we know that Wharton's he's a ripper outdoors. You know, he was really good in those Geico days and stuff, and I don't think he's going to probably have the fitness to go 15+1 at Daytona. But, like, is he one of those guys that, like, if he leads, like, 2 laps because he ripped a holie, like, would it shock us, or is that just, like, not even a thing?
Nothing Blake Wharton's going to do is going to shock me, to be real honest with you.
All right.
Yeah. All right. He's just a low-key guy.
I mean, he's a past winner. Like, he's been there, done that. So it's like,
factory ride.
Yeah. So nothing's going to shock me.
I don't know what kind of support he's getting with that team, but
those old motors are good. Those motors are good.
I was looking at the way the suspension was working on that thing too. It looked like it was working pretty good. A lot of privateer guys were, the transitions were really tight, and it was kicking guys forward. Ryan Brees, Glee at yard sale, really bad.
Those Tyloo bikes have always been pretty good, even dating back to the Arena Cross days. So they I don't know if they had the same guys as they did like 8 years ago doing all the chassis and the motor work and stuff.
It's got factory connection on the Fort, so I don't know if they're
there you go. Then that might. Well, I don't know.
Do you think it's Geico stuff?
Ooh, knowing the guys at Tyloo a little bit that I do, the experience I've had around them and stuff, I'm thinking more that because they focus more on motors, that their motor is more factory spec than that suspension. But that's just me.
Well, I'm just thinking Blake Wharton and his relationship with the Geico guys still.
Yeah, I mean, he still had a relationship when he was on the IB Corp team with Jaden Ellis before he went there, and so yeah, he still has connections within the industry. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if him and Ziggy are still buddy. So yeah, I mean, maybe his bike is better than Scuba's. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just wondering, man, because that thing it looked pretty good. Like it was handling everything just as well as some of those other guys. So. But yeah, that's good. And the last guy I really wanted to talk about, we talked about feeders a little bit. He rode well.
Oldenburg is up and down.
Yeah, Oldenburg up and down. I'm waiting for him to really show up this season.
I think his starts are just shit, and I think that puts him in precarious positions. And yeah, he rides a little bit over his head sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah. Scuba Steve with a wee at yard sale.
He'll be good at Daytona. If he's racing Daytona, which I would imagine he is, he'll be good at Daytona.
Scuba Steve?
What's that? Scuba, yeah.
Huh.
He'll be good at Daytona. If he's riding Daytona, and I don't know if his contract goes that far. I don't know if it stops next weekend in Atlanta or if it goes all the way through till the end. But the little bit that I've seen in the last couple of years of him riding sand, I expect him to be pretty good. If he's going to get top 10 anywhere, it's going to be Daytona. He's good in the sand.
No, hopefully, yeah, because Scuba Steve needs to bring the snorkelers to the races because he is drowning in the back of the pack.
Hey, man, him and Osby, they can drown together.
Oh, God. All right, let's...
Osby Osby just loved riding around in last in front of the hometown boys.
Bro, it's fucking perfect.
Well, I think he'll thrive a little better in Indy. He's from Indianapolis, so.
All right,
maybe.
And those bikes look good too. I will say that.
Let's move on here. Let's get to 450s here. Okay, 450s here. You guys want to start at the bottom and go up, or at the top and go down?
It's up to you boys. What do you want to do?
You know what? Let's just start, Justin. Let's just start with your favorite guy, Eli Tomac. Dude was.
Oh, he's my favorite guy.
Dude,
so he's not my favorite is my guy. It's Fourtner.
Yeah, so we're gonna start at the top and go down then.
He is, dude. Tomac is your boy. Don't try to deny it. And you know he laid the smackdown on them boys last night till that third main. You know, so.
Well, I mean, it's about fucking time. Like, I called his ass out on the show just like everybody else did, and it was about time he pulled his head out of his ass.
I know. Did you see there were even guys commenting last night after the race at you about talking shit about Tomac?
Oh, no, I didn't notice that. I didn't go to the page.
Oh, yeah, correct me. Well, I get the notifications, and I'm just like, oh, God, there's guys talking shit.
Okay, so, what, like, are we surprised? Like, we knew that eventually Eli was going to do this. Like, dude, nobody, even me, nobody's denying Eli's speed. I mean, he's won the most races out of the last 2 years, so it's not like, oh, this is some big shocker and shit, but, like, okay, so what do you want me to say? He rode great. He freaking killed it. He had a rough main that third main, but he did what he had to do at the end of it. And he just got shit unlocked. They kept talking about they did some, I do an air quotes, bike changes. I don't know what they did, because that bike is better than last year's bike, but we always seem to say that Eli has bike issues, which he does. He has a very certain style. Like when he moved up, RV's rear end style didn't work for him. But what do you want me to all of a sudden say that, oh, he's back and he's going to go on a win streak? No, everybody kept saying that and stuff, and we thought that he was going to go on a win streak after he finally got one in San Diego, although it was the mud. And then look what he did when he went to Minneapolis. Like, I'm not just going to say because he killed it at a Triple Crown that all of a sudden he's going to go on a 7-race win streak. Like, he rode great. He rode awesome. He did what he had to do. He got it down to 13 points. But once again, in that third main, like, he had an oh shit moment a few different times. And it's kind of like, well, this is what you get with Tomac. You get 2 really good races, and you're going to get a race that it's kind of like, what the hell is he doing? And he almost threw it away when... Yeah, and his starts are still shit, might I add.
Oh yeah, they are. Did you see his oh shit moment towards the end of that? Maybe it was the third main, or maybe it was.
Yeah, he had one of the Dragon's back.
Yes, where he almost Indonesia'd over it. Like, I was like, oh god, that was sketchy. That was real sketchy. Which is funny because in like the first main, he made a comment in his interview after the race of like, yeah, I got sketchy over that Dragon's back, and then so it might have been the second main because I think he was out front if I remember right. He got sketchy over it again, and I was like, wow, like dude, tone her back or something, bro. Like, just don't screw that up.
Yeah, no, he dude, I can't say anything bad about him. He rode great. He did good. He should, he was one of the title contenders. He always is. But I do
want to point out that he came from 10th or so
in the first main. Yeah, the first main, right?
In a short main.
Yeah, no, he did. No, I can't say anything bad about him. He rode great. I've seen on the message boards that all of a sudden, oh, he's back. He did, he won a Triple Crown, this and that, and that is great. He minimized the damage. He did what he needed to do. But are we really going to sit up here and are we going to be the prisoners of the moment, and we might as well just get into it because there's not really much else to say? Or are we going to acknowledge the fact that Cooper Webb looked like complete shit the whole entire day, a track that didn't fit his style, and he only lost by 1 point?
Oh yeah.
Are we not going to acknowledge that, or we just what?
I do want to say Webb for his shoes. He looked all day. That was a championship contender ride. He did what he had to do when he wasn't feeling it. So
yeah. So like, are we gonna all of a sudden say that, oh, Eli's back and he's gonna go on a win streak and these boys are in trouble? When, like I said, we're going to acknowledge that, or not acknowledge that Coop rode like complete crap and still got second. Whereas with Eli, when he rides like complete crap, he gets anywhere from 6th to 12th. Like, no, like, now, if he goes to Atlanta this weekend, and we know Daytona's in 2 weeks, and that's one of his favorite tracks, if he goes and he wins the next 2, then we can have a conversation because he's going to have the same amount as Coop. But let's be real. The Coop that was in Minneapolis and Arlington was not the same guy that was in Detroit on Saturday night. And I know it's cliche.
Detroit was Cooper Webb.
Yeah, that he was not good. And he still got second, and he was 1 point away from winning the overall. So just a question to you guys then. If he would have won, say he wins that main, are we still sitting up here going, oh my God, like Eli's going to go on a win? Or are we going to like realize that, hey, anything can happen?
No, I think it's an anything can happen. It's an anything can happen season. I mean, dude, Chad Reed just got third last night, so yeah.
I do want to say I kind of seen that coming. My crystal ball was beeping. On the Twitter, I saw it. I tweeted it. I was Twitter fingering, and he just came out in the sight lap, and just the way he kind of charged the sight lap, and the practice start he did on the sight lap was unbelievable. And I was like, yeah, Chad, he's feeling it.
Oh yeah.
And lo and behold, he came out in that first moto, got a good start, and was the Chad Reed of old, or pretty close.
He looked good. He looked good. No, 36 years old. He looked great.
I mean, that first moto was
the triple before the finish line. He was not doing that.
Yep.
And this is where old Chad Reed comes in. He said it in an interview. He knew those guys were tripling it. He wasn't. He hadn't done it all day. Had to pull it out first lap in the next main, and that's confidence. That's pretty ballsy being his age. I know we say 36 is old. It is for motocross, but
yep.
Still having the mental strength and the confidence in yourself to do something that technical. He was definitely feeling it last night, and it was really cool to see him on the podium.
Oh yeah, no, there's a reason why Chad's one of the not just greatest Supercross guys of all time. I know people don't talk about it enough because he doesn't have the wins and the titles, but he's one of the greatest riders ever, and he's still proven it that a fit 36-year-old Chad Reed can still run with the young boys, and he's like what, 8th in the points like right now, or 7th or 8th or some shit. So it's like not something
you
ridiculous.
Just knew he was kind of feeling it too, like that Chad style where he dips the front end.
That was a very precise track with how short the transitions were and the whoops, and that's just Chad's thing. Chad is very precise, and it still shocks me a little bit with the Triple Crown format, but no, it's Chad Reed. Like that's just who he is.
I was watching that first moto. I was sitting there. I was like, he's gonna win this. He's gonna catch Brayton. He's gonna find a way to win this because he's gonna feed off. That's the only chance he's gonna get all season.
I mean, dude, that first moto was just a moto for all of us 30+ old guys. Of like, you got Brayton leading most of it, and then he ends up second. You got Reed running right up there, and he finishes third. I mean, Tomac came through, but whatever.
Did he say that on TV? Because the stadium interview, he said, I thought I was in the 30+ class out here. Me and Brayton.
Yeah. No, he didn't say that. No, but on TV he did. He did thank his CBD sponsor and like held the sensor sticker up.
Like low key thanked them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Told NBC to basically go fuck off.
Yep, that was hilarious because you knew when he was like, and I'd like to thank my sponsors and you know who you are, and held the sensor sticker up, and I was like, oh, that was a slap in NBC's face. Like, hey, you guys can go.
Even go to my website. Go to my website to find out more.
You go to his Instagram too. So
yeah,
smart.
But
marketing.
You guys, seriously though, I mean, I don't know if there's really much else to say, but I'm curious on both Eli and Coop. What did you guys think? Like I said, I don't know if there's much more else to say, but what was your guys' take on the night? It doesn't really matter who you guys start with, but I'm just curious what you guys think about both of them.
Eli and Coop?
Yeah, but just whatever you think about both of them, the way they rode. Like I don't know if you feel the same way I do, if you're a little different.
Eli was back to PED Eli.
Okay.
I think maybe he had a piss test last week and was not on the juice.
Oh God, dude, you're gonna get lit up in the comments for that one.
So he did his piss test last week, and now he's back on the juice.
Okay.
And he's back to normal Tomac.
Okay.
I don't think it's a setting in the bike. I think he's back on the juice.
Okay, I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Travis, what'd you think? And then I guess we go into Coop. What'd you think? I mean, he was good, but like, what do you Do you think this is an uptick for him, or do you think that it will be surprising if we go to Atlanta this weekend and he gets ninth?
Well, I think it's one of those things that it's hard to tell because we've seen sparks of this from him all year. I mean, obviously the one was a mutter in San Diego, but he did win that, and then we saw what happened after that. It was just kind of the Triple Crown there, the third race of the first Triple Crown in Anaheim 2, like he went out, dominated that, and we all went, ooh, okay, he's going to start clicking them off, and obviously after that. So I think a lot of this falls into what happens in the next 2 weeks here. Does he come out? Because obviously next week we're in Atlanta, so we're in a dome again with decent dirt and consistent dirt type stuff and consistent weather. So does he come out next week and just dominate like flag to flag, or does he crash and end up 14th again? I mean, I think...
Well, he wasn't great in Atlanta last year in the Triple Crown.
Yep.
He wasn't great in the Triple Crown last year.
I think he's in that proving stage, kind of like we had a proving stage with Coop. Like, is Coop going to be for real? We need 2 to 3 rounds of the same guy.
Yep, completely agree.
And right now we don't have 2 to 3 rounds of the same Tomac.
Yep, and
you guys,
when that happens, I'm still on the fence.
Do you guys subscribe to the theory that, because a lot of people were making mention of this, and not just randos, like Daniel Blair brought this up, Jim Holly was talking about it, I think Ricky touched on it a little bit. You know, there were a couple other guys on some social media forums that I saw last night. But we all know how Eli is when it comes to confidence. Like, that's no secret. We know how he is when he gets shook, and I think that some of us believe that last weekend when Kenny caught and passed him and Eli, you know, it was just front of the washout. I think that some of us kind of believe that maybe Kenny got in his head a little bit, but whatever, that's not a big deal. But some people are under the impression that Tomac, because he was fastest in untimed practice and both time practices, that right off the bat that he was already in a good, you know, mindset going into the night show. Whereas the only other time that happened this year was San Diego. Do you guys subscribe to the theory that it's something that small? Because I'm going to tell you what, if that's true, and I don't believe that, but if it is, dude, we don't know if Tomac's going to get a win the rest of the year because we can't guarantee that he's going to be fucking fastest every time, you know, in practice. What do you guys think about that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that I necessarily subscribe to that, but I mean, I guess I could see it. I mean, Chad's the same way. Like, if Chad's feeling it in practice, we all know that he continues that throughout the entire day. So I guess, I mean, it could be a thing. I mean, but I don't know if I fully subscribe to that. If that's true, though, that's not a good sign, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, if that's the thing, and he goes to get third in qualifying next week in Atlanta, does that mean that we're going to get another Arlington? Yeah. Yeah, no,
I don't know. I don't subscribe to that theory, having the practice thing.
I don't either. It's just that there were some people coming up with that.
He's kind of, when he's feeling it, he's more of a race guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to show that even if he gets like 14th in practice. He's just going to find the lines. Like a line in particular, I think he had, you know, figured out this week. I'm watching the race right now. After the split lane where he was turning down, he made every single pass in that left-hander where he was turning down underneath.
Yep. Now, that bike was on a rope last night. That bike was on a rope.
And you can't use those kinds of things when you're practicing.
No,
you
not
can't
at all.
find that stuff in a practice session. So, I don't know. He's just such a mystery to me. I can't even really put a theory on him or talk about him. Like, it's so what the hell sometimes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's frustrating even for me who's not a Tomac fan. It's frustrating because, like, we, you know, Travis, you were one of the first people, but the whole comment about him and the Stu thing and stuff, and me being a lifelong Stu fan, Stu wasn't even this hard to figure out because with Stu, you knew he was either on and he was going to win, or he was going to be on, but he was going to ragdoll, and that was going to be the end of it. Like, he was either going to win or he was going to crash. Yep. But Eli, you just don't know ever.
Yeah, Eli, you never know what you're going to... It's the weirdest thing. It really is, so...
But Coop was good though. I was very surprised with how bad he was in practice, and then after that first moto, he regrouped, and just once again, you win championships on your bad nights, and his bad night's a second. So I think we're at that point that this Coop's for real.
Yep. So
I think he needs to. I think they need to change up the program down at the Baker's factory instead of pounding out motos, and need to send Coop and Marv through a whoop section all day.
Dude, I was really shocked about that, and I don't want to go get too technical for some people that it might go past their head, but I'm very surprised. He is a smaller guy. His technique has improved since he's been on KTM, but we know that if you want to break it down scientifically, his technique is not great in the whoops. But I'm really surprised that he struggles that bad with the flex of that KTM, that bike being better than the aluminum frame bikes in hard packed dirt and in the whoops, because it doesn't take as much. What's that?
So Baggett, being a shorter guy, Baggett is really good through the whoops.
And that's what I mean. Like I'm
on that KTM.
Yeah, I'm
got
shocked.
That brace in the front of the frame to stiffen it up.
Yeah, so like I'm really shocked that Coop struggles that bad in the whoops. It just I don't get that. Like I just really don't understand it. I don't know if it's still him being a smaller guy and just the inertia of the 450 like still bothers him a little bit. But yeah. I don't really understand that. I would have figured if anything that would have fixed his whoop issue because he had it on the Yamaha too. But yeah, no,
he needs the Baggett brace, and that might help him.
Yeah, something.
Well, the thing is like I don't think
honestly he does well enough to where he's figuring out he's built through a Marv style and he's fine. So
yeah.
But I don't think Coops looked that bad in the whoops until yesterday. Now watching him in practice yesterday in that first main, yeah, he looked brutal through the whoops. But the last few rounds, I didn't think he looked that bad. But then again, like you said before, Cole, it's we had our first set of man whoops yesterday, so maybe as we go
you
forward,
had to blitz through these,
huh?
You had to, yeah. By the end of the night, when they were starting getting cupped out and really packed in, you could rhythm through. But that's the thing is, like, you know, we did have the first real man whoop section, but with this whoop section that long to try to rhythm through, it's so mentally taxing on you every lap. To just, I got to land perfect on the backside. I can't land in the pocket, and to do that every lap, like. With the whoops, if you got good technique, I mean, it sounds ridiculous. It's not that simple, so I don't want to make it sound like it is. But you can just literally, like, hold her wide, stay on top, and trust your technique.
Yeah.
Rhythm through for a whoop section that long for 12 plus 1 3 times, it's a lot. And I don't know. I don't get it how he's that bad in the whoops. Because on a 250, he was one of the fastest guys through the whoop section on 250s. Went to the 450, and I don't know what happened. So I don't know if it's an inertia thing. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, well, moving on. So,
either way, he still made it work.
What's that?
Either way, he still made it work and did what he had to do, I guess. So.
Yep.
No, he did great. But yeah, I mean, he won the last main, got second in the second main. You know, so it's like it makes it sound like he rode like shit, but like it just with how bad practice was in that first main, like he regrouped and rode good. Unlike Kenny, who we found out had the flu all week and has been dealing with it since Arlington, that kind of explains how his night went.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to take a step back. Real quick before we go into Roczen.
Oh God, here we go.
Okay.
Justin,
what?
Does Coop have the best bike?
Dude, I don't know where people think I said that he has the best bike. I never said he has the best bike. I don't think he has the best bike. I think that bike is damn good, and I still love the fact of chromoly steel. I love the steel factor, especially on a 450. But I'm a Honda guy, and I'll always say I think Honda's out of the best bikes. I don't know where that came from that I ever said Coop was on the best bike.
Hey, I have another question for you.
Okay.
I wish I would have mentioned this as soon as we started.
Okay.
Are you wearing a Thor shirt?
No. I'm wearing a One Industries jacket.
Okay. Anyway.
Go back to One Industries, by the way.
Jesus
Great
Christ.
segue, dude. Great segue.
Anyway, so about Kenny.
Yeah, Roczen had the flu.
What?
What was going on with Roczen? You said he was sick, had the flu or something?
He had the flu. Yeah, he had the flu. He's had the flu apparently since like Arlington.
Really? Well, I guess that explains. So I was in town Friday night and went to a dealer signing or whatever. I was with my chick, so.
Okay, I'm glad that was relevant to everything, but okay.
Well, I'm just saying, usually I would go to gay little autograph signings like that because, I don't know, whatever, they just aren't my thing.
Yeah, okay.
She wanted to go do that and something to do on Friday night, and I was like, well, cool, I like Roczen, I'll go get a poster or whatnot. And,
okay,
him, Becky, Sealy, all them, and Kenny wasn't even there.
Yeah, he mentioned about that. He apologized on his Instagram feed. I saw it this morning. He apologized about not being at a sighting in Detroit because having the flu and stuff and not practicing and crap. So
okay, yeah, because a dude showed up. We were sitting in the car, and dude came walking in with had one of those Roczen replica number plates.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, hang on a second. We'll watch this guy go in because he's going to be super bummed. So we watched him go in, and he came back out with the just longest, saddest face. And I felt so bad for him because he just probably was super pumped to get that thing signed.
He was probably crying inside when he got in his car.
I would have been crying inside too. I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that arm in person, bro.
Oh God! Please don't say anything because when Matt hears this, we'll never hear the end of it on the text. Don't say anything about his arm.
Oh, God!
I wanted to touch it.
What?
I wanted to touch that thing. It's magical.
Oh my God! All right. Okay. So Kenny had the flu. Kenny had the flu. Got fourth.
This is unicorn dust in his arm.
Can we just?
Right. Can we just get on with?
Can we?
Yes.
Can we move on?
We're going. Hit a subpar route last night. That's all I really have to say.
Well, yeah, but he was sick, so whatever. We'll see what happens next week. Baggett 4.11.2 for 5th overall. That last main, he looked really, really good in. I thought he was actually going to get farther forward in that first main, but obviously didn't quite get there.
Dude, he confuses the hell out of me still. I'm sorry, I don't know. There's not really much to say about him. But he still confuses the hell out of me because, like, we've seen a few times, mainly the Oakland race was the best example of it, where he starts in, like, 13th and he has his El Chupacabra moments from the 250 days where he'll work his way all the way up to the box. And then there's other times where he's, like, 13th and he goes to 9th, and that's the farthest he gets. So, like, I don't understand Baggett a lot of these times. Like, I just really don't understand what his deal is. And it's not a Tomac thing. It's obviously it's not a mental thing. Like, that's not Baggett's issue. I just don't get it. I don't understand how some motos he's on and then other motos he is just way
like how do you go 4.11.2? Like those scores do not make sense. One of those things does not belong here. Like, and the thing is like,
dude, he back in that third one too.
What's that?
He came from a ways back in that third one after Barcia
beat
him off the track.
He almost won that third main. Like, dude, I don't think a lot of people were like how close that actually was between him and Coop.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is like, even if that second main, like, even if he gets a top 5, dude, he's like on the box last night. Like,
yeah. I don't understand it with him. I really don't. First off, he probably just need to get his starts figured out.
Yeah.
To make this a whole hell of a lot easier on him. But yeah, he's like the weirdest person when it comes to that stuff because, like, I don't understand how one race you can go from, 18th to 3rd, and then the next race be in the same position and go to like 12th.
Yeah,
I don't get that with him.
Yeah, I don't either. All right.
How about Marv though? Quiet night, 2/4. Well, I don't know what his other moto was. I think
he went 9.44 for 6th overall.
Okay, so 2/4, not bad. Okay. Yeah. How are we kind of on the? How are we feeling about Marv right now? Because now we're 8 rounds in. Going into the 9th round, we kind of know his issues. He didn't ride much. He went through rehab, surgery, whatever. But now you got to think that knee's 100%, right? Like, so
dude,
I haven't. Yeah, he hasn't. I got to say he's probably 100%, but I haven't seen him start out front yet.
Well, I mean,
has he led at all?
No.
I mean, don't get me wrong. He's Ryan Dungeying the shit out of this, where he's like getting consistently solid finishes. I mean, dude, he was on the podium for like 5 races in a row there, and like
he's still 3rd in the points. So like, let's not forget that either. But like, are we like, do we just think this is how Marv's going to be this year, and maybe he gets a win? But like, let's not act like Minneapolis. He didn't get dropped, or not Minneapolis, but Arlington. I'm sorry, he didn't get. Just dropped.
No, he did. He got dropped hard. So.
And so, like, are we? How do we feel? Because, like, I don't really know, dude. I have no idea. Like, this season has been so up and down and so confusing. But, like, I don't know if it's one of those things where he is pulling a Ryan Dungey and he's just waiting for the last couple rounds, if he's still in the points, to, like, really pull the trigger because he's close enough. Or if, like, this is just who Marv's going to be the whole entire year and he's going to just be, like, the best he's going to get at second.
I
mean, I got to feel that he's going to get a win. Like, he got it.
Where would it be, though? Like, I know it's harder with Supercross than try to pick outdoors, but, like, where would it be? It ain't going to be at Daytona. We know that. So will it be Atlanta? Like, are we going to wait till we go back west? Like, because now we've, like, pretty much covered all the different soils of dirt that Marv is good and okay at, and, like, we still with the same result. So where do you think it would be?
Maybe, like, Seattle.
Houston?
Yeah, I could see that.
What about Houston?
Hard facts, depending on the dirt.
If it's Blue Groove, I could see it. But, like, Arlington, the dirt was actually not bad for most of the night. So it's like, dude, I don't know. I was thinking about that. I'm like, man, Marv is still in a good position, but it's like he hasn't really impressed the hell out of me since what? Well, I guess Oakland when he caught Coop at the end.
Yeah. So
he's just been quiet. So he's still in a great spot, but it's like, I don't know, man. I kind of feel like it's going to be one of those situations that Kenny and Coop are going to be 1 and 2 here for a while. But if Tomac goes on a run, could Tomac just go into third and Marv just get dropped in the points? Is that a possibility?
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know either. It's like a it's like a riddle wrapped in a mystery at this point because you just don't know. He literally has been having these low key good rides where he's on the box, but you don't really see him on the TV.
What kind of low key ride?
No, he's not my Liat low-key ride. No, we're getting to that next. But he's
okay.
Been,
so Cole thinks he can get a win. Travis, do you think he can still get a win?
No, I don't think he does this year.
No, not one.
No, I haven't seen anything to make me believe he is going to be able. If this was a situation of a year. Or where it's getting kind of normalized, where Ken's got one and Eli's got a couple, 3, whatever, and then you've got a couple other outliers. But it's you've got Webb that's pretty much rattling them off one right after another, and even on his bad nights like last night, he still gets second. Eli's got a couple now. Ken still has yet to get one, but dominates Marv most of the time here. There's just too many other people at this point, and I haven't seen Marv do anything to make me believe that he can run that blitz fast pace and do it at this point for this year, and we're halfway through the season now, so I don't see him getting it done this year. I just don't.
I have to agree with Cole. I think that he can get one. I think that Houston, the dirt, that's a good one. But I do believe, though, that if he doesn't get a win here, and we kind of have a feeling if Tomac comes out and he proves that in Atlanta this coming weekend that Detroit wasn't a fluke, I do have a feeling, though, that if Eli starts clicking off wins or even just consistent podium, that Marv, he's going to get left in the dust, and it's just going to become between Coop, Kenny, and Eli. Marv's going to just get fourth, and that's going to be the end of it. And I don't know. It's really weird because we thought he was going to. I thought he was going to get 5 wins. Everybody else at least thought he was probably going to get 2 to 3. Not you guys, but just most of the industry. And he's just, I don't know, just off. So yeah, I don't know. I think Marv now is kind of the biggest mystery to me because then he's got to be 100%. So I don't really know what's going on with him.
Yep. So anyway,
maybe he just can't handle Coop whooping his ass. I don't know.
Maybe. So
maybe he's taking the maybe that Baker program's finally kicking in.
Well, he is 30. He is 30 or almost 30. So.
All right. So can we move on to my Liat?
Okay. Who's the Liat low-key rider? I swear to God, if you say Zach Osborne.
Dude, Zach Osborne quietly actually finishes a race here. So we got the train started, bro.
Get out of here with your Osborne stuff.
Dude,
Joey Savacci whooped his ass.
Yeah. Okay. First off, Savacci's only 2 spots ahead of him. Savacci was 8th. Zach was 10th.
What was Joey's second? What was Joey's second main? What did he get in the second main?
Okay, cool. So he gets that in the second main. Why is he only 2 spots ahead of Zach for overall then? Exactly.
Well, I mean, what's the second main though? That's better than at any point Osborne's been in.
450 Liat low key ride here. Zach Osborne 11-8-10 on the night. We got the train started here. The train was stalled. We were off the track. We've now got the train back on the track here, and we started putting some coal in the fire.
Hang on.
We got the train on the track. We put some coal in the fire. We're getting it going here. The steam's gonna start coming up, and dude, give me Daytona here, and we're gonna be battling, bro. Battling
with who? Who's he gonna be battling with?
Dude. We're gonna be up battling in the front, bro.
With who? Okay, you just said Daytona. He's gonna be battling. Who is he gonna be battling with? Dude,
he's going to be up there with, Marv, Baggett, your boy Joey.
You're high as hell, dude. You're high as hell. Joey, that's a better description of where he could be at Daytona. There's no way in hell, if Baggett is 100%, Osborne will be battling with Baggett at Daytona. Are you kidding me? No way. No way. And I don't think even Joey's going to do that good at Daytona because I think the guys that are good at Daytona are that damn good. Dude, I'll be surprised if Zacho gets better than 8th at Daytona because that's where I think Joey's going to be. Those dudes are not on Eli, Kenny, Marv, Baggett, Barcia, Coop. They're not on those guys' level at a place like Daytona. Hell
So that's
no.
your low-key ride is Zach Osborne for sure.
Yeah, my low-key ride is Zach Osborne because we actually
You know who mine is?
We finished a race, dude. We had consistent finishes there, 11, 8, 10. Dude, I'm telling you,
Not great.
we took the train that was off the tracks, we put it back on the tracks, and we're like, all right,
I
let's
think
get her
it's still off
loaded
the
up,
tracks.
let's get it fired up, let's start chugging her along here, dude. I'm telling you, dude, he's going to be, yeah. We're in it, bro.
I think it's still off the tracks.
Travis.
Cole.
Cole's words of wisdom.
What is 16 minus 1?
16 minus 1?
Yeah,
Did you just go Dean Wilson?
Dean Wilson, dude. You rode really,
Other than
really
Kenny
well.
teeing his ass up in the
Oh.
first main.
And
That was
Dean,
all Dean's fault anyway. He was trying to turn down in traffic. Like
I know, but I thought it was funny, and I'm surprised we didn't hear about it in the group text from Matt.
and dude,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Zacho did beat Dean, so
Hey, man, you take that up with Matt. Like, neither of them are boys. I think they're both turds. You take that up with him. All I know is that if we're going low-key riding, I don't know who yours is, Cole. You know what? I'm honestly going to pick the guy that fucking weeded his shit at the last Triple Crown and Barcia. Barcia was
I was
low-key to
going
me.
to say Barcia, too. He looked really frisky.
Dude, I mean, I know that the third main, you know, he was leading for a little bit, watching it right now, and after Coop got around him, he kind of got zapped. But, dude, Barcia, that was the first race that I've seen probably since A1 where he looked like the guy that we thought he was going to be. And I know that he got hurt, so that's part of it. But that was the first time he looked like the guy that it was like, okay, that was who we thought Barcia was supposed to be this season.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, the way he was fighting for position and stuff, too.
Oh, yeah.
Taking shit from Baggett. He put Eli up at one point. I was waiting for him and Webb just getting a block test battle, too, but...
And then Atlanta this weekend, man, he's it's a home. Well, that's his home race, so it's like, yeah, he'll be amped up about that shit. He's finally actually riding good at an Atlanta race for the first time in a while. So yeah, he's gonna be. Well, let's be real. The last couple of times he's gone to Atlanta, like he's been riding like shit. So you know what I mean. Yeah, he's gonna be pumped up, and I think he's gonna be. I'm definitely ain't calling the win by any means, but he's gonna be frisky. So.
Yeah. He was whipping it and throwing it around and being wild, weird looking.
Riding over Rev like he always does. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Waiting for the Yamaha to explode.
Dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine being out on the track, going into a corner, and just hearing a guy behind you just
Yeah, at about 11.5 RPMs, just fucking. Yeah, no, it's probably got to be pretty annoying. This whole fucking track.
It would make me want to brake check it.
I'm pretty sure every guy that's in front of him is probably thinking the same thing, but they're kind of like, if I check up at all, he's just going to hit me anyway.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let's.
Other than that, yeah, not the LCQ was interesting. I know we skipped that. Alex Ray was in it. Chisholm was in it.
Yeah. No, that was. I don't know. The LCQs definitely they were good. How do we kind of feel about Anticnap not making a main so far this year, though? I mean, we're not very high on him, but like, is it surprising at all that he hasn't made one?
It's a little surprising he hasn't made any.
What's that?
It's surprising.
Yeah, like I thought he would at least make one, right?
Yeah.
Like, or am I the only one that? Yeah, I mean one, right?
Yeah, it's funny you guys say that because you guys haven't been to a round this year yet, have you? Or you've been to a race this year?
Travis has been to two.
Yeah, I've been to two.
In the intro where they're talking about, they do that stupid little intro thing where Schlesinger talking about country music or whatever, all the top riders.
Yep.
Yeah, they got 7 Deuce in there, and he's like one of the main guys. And like people around me were like, "Who is that guy? Who is that guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, he hasn't even made a main yet this year."
Yeah, he has one of the biggest social media followings of anybody.
Yeah, and I was just like, "Yeah, he's a rapper though."
I'm pretty sure his brother Tyler, who just watched Kenny take out Dino. I'm pretty sure Tyler has been closer to making a main than Adam has this year.
Yes, 100%.
I'm heating on him, but I'm sitting here looking at a jersey on my wall that says 722.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like when the whole 7 deuce deuce was kind of like a new thing, and now he's 97, and I know he runs the low key 7 deuce deuce on all this other shit, but yeah, I think people are finally realizing that Anticnap is kind of just like a novelty thing, and he's yeah. Now when we go outdoors, he'll obviously make all the motos unless he's hurt, because that's just But no, I will say that I am surprised that he hasn't made one this year. I thought he would at least make one by now.
Yep.
But yeah, that team is very interesting still. Chisholm, A-Ray, and Anticnap. And Dusty Pipes is the team manager. Yeah, that's not weird at all.
Can you imagine if that was your name?
Dusty Pipes? Yeah, especially considering his real name is actually Dustin Pipes, and people call him Dusty. Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so anyway,
kind of like you were a chick and your name was Gertrude.
Oh God. Let's move on here. Let's get into our picks for next week. Obviously, we got an East-West shootout coming up.
Yeah, boys, I'm excited for that one.
I'll get it started here. 450. I'm gonna say, dude. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Eli. He'll probably make me look stupid. I'm gonna say Eli wins. I hope. Oh God, I'll look real dumb again. But well, what's new? And then in the 250s for the East-West shootout. Dude, I think AC's winning it. I'll go right up. Right up. AC is my boy, and he is winning.
You just keep doubting Fourtner. That's cool.
AC's got him covered.
No, bullshit. What would give you that? Dude, okay. Hold on, seriously. What would give you that impression, dude? Fourtner has he's led every lap, won every race, ripped every start, and has been the fastest guy every fucking race.
That's because he's not racing anybody that's that fast, bro. Like, it's easy to look that good when you're not racing anybody.
Wait a minute. Did you just call Jordan Smith and Chase Sexton the guy that beat AC and all those guys last year? And Jordan Smith, who 2 years in a row had a shot at the championship?
Dude, you've got AC, Frenchie, and Colt Nichols. Dude, he's not.
You're going to forget about McElrath, too?
Okay, and Shane, but Shane hasn't shown us really that raw speed this year. I'll put raw in quotation marks. That AC and, like, Frenchie has had. Dude, no, I don't see it. I see he's probably on the box, is what I'm going to say Forkner is probably on the box, but I don't think he wins. I really don't. Nope.
Okay. And if he does, are you gonna admit that you're really dumb?
I mean, we'll see. It depends. If he goes out there and blows everybody's doors off, then yes, I will be like, oh yeah, I'm fucking stupid. Like, wow, this kid's the real deal.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay, go ahead.
Who gets better starts?
Justin, hold that thought, Justin.
All right, go ahead.
Go to my pick. Let's go to
my
pick.
All right, go ahead.
I'm going Fourtner.
Okay.
Simply the reason being his starts, man. Like if he's top 4 in the start, which I guarantee he will be.
Yeah.
And let's say theoretically, Ferrandis is in front of him. AC's been getting good starts. He's in front of him. AC has proven that he still implodes.
Yes, he does.
I think Fourtner is all out faster than Ferrandis, and I think he's all out faster than a guy like Colt Nichols.
I think Fourtner is the fastest guy of both coasts. I'll just say it.
So if he's his top 5 around the first corner, then yeah, I think he has the best shot at winning.
Yeah. Okay.
Justin, I have a serious question for you.
What?
Is it hard to fit the shaft and the balls in your mouth at the same time, or is it like something you're really good at this point?
I don't know where that's coming from. I don't like Fourtner. I'm literally dude, it's so hard for me to admit that he's as good as he is. But
you seem to be blowing him pretty hard this year, so
have I been right?
From preseason on, you've been blowing him here, and now we're getting our chance to see him against these West boys who are going to slap him right in the pecker.
How's that worked out for me?
Okay, great, dude. Again, you have.
How's it worked? But how's it worked out for me?
Okay.
How's it worked out for me? That's all that matters.
Okay.
Have I been wrong?
Who's he racing? He's racing
AC, guy that Colt
No. Who's he racing on the East Coast?
Jordan Smith, a guy that's gotten second and had a shot at a championship 2 years ago.
Okay. And how many wins does Smith have?
When, this year or in his career?
In his career.
I think he's at
more than Ferrandis and more than Colt Nichols.
Yeah, I think he's at 4. He's a total of 4.
Okay, so he's got 4. All right, great. Okay. You realize AC won 3 his first year, right? So AC's got...
Yeah, then what happened after that?
AC's got what, 10 wins now?
Hell no, he doesn't have 10 wins.
Well, he got 3 his first year. How many has he got this year? 3? So that's 6.
He's got 7 or 8
in the last 2 years.
He's got 7 or 8 in a total since 2014.
He's got somewhere between 7 and 10 here. I'll have to look it up. He's got somewhere between 7 and 10. And
yeah, so since 2014, he's probably got 7 or 8 wins since 2014, and Fourtner in 2 years has 5. Yeah, I'm super impressed, bro.
Okay, all right, cool, man. All right, that's cool.
Super impressed.
All right, that's cool, man.
No, I'm just saying that Fourtner gets better starts. He doesn't implode anymore, and it's been proven now through 6 races or 5 races that he doesn't implode. And even when he does make mistakes, he regroups. And I'm sorry, you can't sit there and tell me that you can guarantee that AC is going to get a start over Fourtner. If him and Fourtner get a start, it'll be a race.
I'm not going to say he's going to get a start. Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say he's going to get a start.
Fourtner? You think he would catch Fourtner if Fourtner rips a start and he's in 7?
Yes.
Dude, oh my God.
Plus,
you hate Fourtner so bad.
I need to quit babbling on and on about this.
I 100% want to see what happens too when Forkner actually has some prep. Like, I'm not talking pressure like last night where we saw Chase was within like a second and a half, 2 seconds of him for half the race. I want to see somebody who's throwing a wheel in on him every single corner. A la
see what happens to AC when that happens.
A la AC. Like, I want to see what happens when somebody actually throws it on. Because we saw it last year, okay? And I'll give you, yes, this year he has shown us that he doesn't implode as bad. But, dude, last year when Zach put pressure on him, what'd he do?
He crashed one time and he won the other time.
He did what? You mean he crashed like 5 times in the Triple Crown, the first Triple Crown he was in last year? Because outside of that first main where he got lucky and ran away, after he got pressure on him the second 2 mains, he did nothing other than crash.
I think you need to go back and rewatch that. He didn't have any pressure on him. He was coming from the back of the pack.
Yeah, he had pressure to try to catch somebody, dude. Like I said, I'm not convinced.
also whooped Zacho's ass in that race.
I'm not convinced. I will give you that, yes, he has dominated the East Coast, and he is probably barring him wadding himself or corkscrewing himself into the ground here where he cannot ride, he is probably going to win the East Coast hands down easily by winning damn near every race on the East. But when he gets with these West guys, because it's been said by multiple people how much better the West Coast is compared to the East Coast, like, dude, I don't know. I don't think he performs as well. Maybe I'm wrong, and it won't be the first time I'm wrong or the last time I'm wrong. But dude, I have to think. I mean, because dude, he goes out and pushes the pace so hard in practice that he crashes. So now what's going to happen when he's actually out there and there's someone that's making him push to that extreme pace in the race? Like, we've seen it. He crashes. He crashes with no pressure. Like, literally in practice, it's just like, oh, I'm going to push it till I find the edge. Okay, well, you can't push it till you find the edge because the edge is going to fucking break you at some point. So now he's going to have someone like AC.
He hasn't crashed in the races when it matters.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see.
I'm just saying that he beat Fernandez last year. What's that?
Can I guess your pick?
Well, you didn't give your 450 pick, so who's your 450 pick?
Did Justin do, or did Travis, you do yours?
Yeah, you picked Eli.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for 450s. God damn it, it's so hard. Man, I think the performance enhancing drugs of Eli Tomac take another win.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I hate to say it, I after what I saw from him last night, if he gets a decent start again, last night he didn't even get a decent start, and he made it from 7th to 1st in a heat race length moto. So,
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to argue with it if he's on, but that's the problem is that we don't know if he's going to be on because if he's
I'm just banking on him being on.
Okay, all right. I'll start off. I think that I don't really know if he's
who you're going to pick. Hang on. Can I just pick for you, Thor?
Sure, I want to see if you can get the 450s. I think you know who the 250 is going to be. I want to see if you can get the 450.
Okay. I think you're going to pick Cooper Webb.
Nope. No, man. Damn, I thought you knew me better, bro. 450s, okay. I'm going to go with Kenny. I'm going with Kenny, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Kenny.
Even after these past couple of weeks?
I think he's going to... I think that if he's not sick, which who knows, we're not going to know if he's going to be sick or not. But if he's not sick and he's over the flu and he can actually ride this week, I think that he's going to come on to Atlanta, and I think that he's going to try to prove that that was not him. That it was the sickness that was ailing him, and he's been good in Atlanta before. He's good in that dirt. I can almost guarantee that shit's going to be soft and G'd out as hell. I think he goes and wins it, gets his first one.
Wait a minute. Isn't it Atlanta when he almost went to Indonesia and blew his leg out on the wall?
Yeah, that was in 16. In 15, he was pretty good there. 14, he got a win there. 15, I think he got second, and then 16, yeah, that's when he got loose as shit in the split lane section. So he has two good races there and one bad race. So yeah, I mean, if you want to call that he's been good there, okay, fine. If he's been okay, whatever. But he has won there before. He even beat Villapoto there in 14. So he's been good.
Beat him straight up.
Yeah, so he's been good at Atlanta. I think that he wins, and I know we don't normally get the podium pick, but I think Coop gets second. Dude, I think Eli probably gets third. I'm not convinced yet. I think I have to see it a little bit more. And 250s, yeah, I just think Fourtner is better than everybody. Yeah, no, I think what?
Austin Spooner?
Yeah, Austin Spooner. Austin Reed. No, I think Fourtner beats everybody because I don't think he really has a flaw in his game right now when the mains come. And I think McElrath gets second, to be honest with you.
Right.
I think McElrath gets second. He's been motoing down at Eldon's place. I think he only did like 2 days of outdoor testing, and he got right back on the Supercross track. And I think your boy AC ragdolls into the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, he's going to ragdoll on the ground because you are assuming that Fourtner's not as fast as him.
In case you didn't pay attention, he's got the same amount of wins as Forkner this year, so...
And how many races? He's raced 2 more races than him, though.
Okay, great.
It's weird. Has he led as many laps?
Oh, boy. Here we go. All right, well...
I'm just saying, man. When Fourtner beats him, I'm going to come on the show, and I'm going to call you dumb. Now, if AC beats him, fine. I'll admit he was better than him. But I think you're assuming that the West guys are leaps and bounds better than these guys. And I haven't seen anything that shows me that because you know what the West has showed me? That their guys are really, really fast, and they're super inconsistent.
Okay, great.
A la Frenchie.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Cool. All right, well, that's been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings and Liat Protective Gear. So look them up for your gear, helmet, bracing needs. Don't forget, follow us on all. What?
No, I was just saying, get a hold of me for some Liat gear needs.
Yeah, speaking of which, we got to talk after we end this. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers here, so we got to do a giveaway.
Maybe get a giveaway and maybe work on a website. Maybe have a Moto Aftermath code at checkout.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could do that too. So
that's something I'm kind of working on. So
that a boy. Did you get my new helmet pads for my new helmet too?
No. Go to StatlerBoySports.com. Use the code Aftermath20 at checkout.
Oh God. Anyway, yeah, so make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell us how dumb Justin is or how dumb I am. Although I know it's mostly going to be Justin. Dean, go ahead and, get at your boy Cole there.
Don't really care.
Make sure to follow us on all the social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And this has been the Moto Aftermath Show, Detroit wrap-up. And we will see everybody next week after Atlanta.
Deuces.